Good morning, my caffeinated friends. Dawn Robles, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today we are in the second week of my Christmas series. What? It's not even Halloween. I know. Great thing about today's project is you can convert it to Halloween, you can convert it to Thanksgiving, but if you're like me and you have kids and the holiday season is completely and totally crazy, that's why I'm choosing to get started and share these projects with you up front. So today's project is simply a candy wrap. It holds a full-sized Hershey's bar. You simply pull the ribbon and it exposes the candy bar. Now, if you're looking for a quick gift, you can actually attach a gift card right to the candy bar and it'll still slide in and out very easily. I've done that in the past. That's how I know. Supplies are very minimal. I am using 2 stamp sets today. So both of these come from our annual catalog. I chose to use Snowman Season and the Itty Bitty Christmas because I love the sentiments on this one. Now, if you don't currently have a demonstrator and you need your hands on a copy of our beautiful catalogs, let me know and I'd be more than happy to put one in the mail to you. So we're using those 2 stamp sets. We are using the layering oval dies, and I am using the 3rd largest scallop and the 4th largest straight edge oval. And then I chose to use the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. Now this paper is beautiful and I've gone through a few packs, so I'm not even sure I have all the prints here. But you got one side that is silver, shiny silver and white, and then you flip it over and you actually have nature scenes, which don't have to be used for Christmas, but they can be. I've made some really beautiful Christmas cards using these papers, so you can see so many beautiful ones. Now today I'm going to go ahead and choose the silver one with the little white dots because I felt they look like snowballs. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to remove these. And I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. And we just have a couple of easy scores right in here. So we're going to go ahead and line that, make sure it's tucked in the corner there nicely. And we're going to score it at 2.5. 2 3/4, 5 1/4, and 5.5. Can't get much easier than that. Move that out of the way here. And then we're just going to fold and burnish our score lines. Now you don't have to use your bone folder on there. It's designer series paper, so it folds, beautifully. I'm just going to go ahead and crisp up my lines just a little bit. One more. Okay, so we've reinforced all of our score lines. I'm going to open that up and I'm going to run a line of tear and tape on this outer side close to the score line. Just get that started here. There we go. And then we're going to simply remove our backing of our score tape. Hopefully. I don't know about you, but sometimes I find that so hard to take off. And I'm just going to go ahead, fold that down, and then on this second score line here, so there's 1, 2, I'm going to fold over on that. I'm just going to make sure that I line the top up. And then it just folds over nicely. And there you go. And then I'll do that. And then we've basically made our candy wrap. So I'm going to take a hole punch. Now we don't sell these anymore, but you can pick them up pretty well anywhere. You can even pick them up in the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to go down just a little ways and punch a hole. Don't want it too close to the edge because when you pull that ribbon back and forth, you don't want to tear the paper. Okay, and go ahead and insert a candy bar. Now, I don't know if anybody has this happen. So I made a special trip to Sam's yesterday, right? To buy candy bars. And guess what I came home with? No candy bars. So I had to steal from another project. So I don't know. Does that happen to any of you guys? The one thing that I will recommend is you have the flap of your candy bar here. I simply fold it over, and then so it doesn't get tangled up, I simply just put a piece of Scotch tape and I tape it down just so it slides smoother. And then you're going to need about, let's see, about 18 inches of ribbon. I'm at the very end of my spool here, and this is about 16 inches. Which you can get away with. I just like a little extra play sometimes. So I am using the white ribbon with the metallic silver edge. And hopefully I can get the last of the tape off. There we go. And I'm simply going to take one side and I'm just going to feed it right through that hole. Pull it through. Even these up. Take my candy bar, insert it in the opening of the candy wrap, ribbon on both sides of the candy bar, and then I'm just simply going to press my candy bar down to where I want it. And see, 16 inches is plenty of ribbon for this project. Now, you can either take another piece of ribbon and tie a bow so it looks beautiful like that, but for the purpose of today, I'm just going to go ahead and use the baker's twine because I find I don't have to fiddle with that as much on camera. I'm just going to take a piece of baker's twine. I'm just going to tie a bow towards the bottom edge here, the candy wrap, or the top edge, whatever you want to call it. Just going to try to get that bow as close as I can to there. Watch, everybody's watching me tie the bow. Doesn't work when your fingers are chaunchy. And then I'm just going to push that bow down a little bit and then resize it. And I should have tied it a little bit tighter. In fact, let's do that. We want that super tight. We don't want that going anywhere. Let me redo it again. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. And then I'll just readjust my bow again. And I think that looks good, so I'll trim off my excess. Trim off my excess. And there you've created your candy wrap, but you know what? We can't do that. I mean, we have to dress it up, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take a piece of scrap Whisper White. And the image that I chose to use was this fun little guy. And I'm going to take my black Memento ink. And then I'm going to ink him up. So I usually tap, tap, twist, twist, tap, tap. And then I'm just going to stamp him down. Give it a good press right there. And there I have my snowman. Now I'll go ahead and die cut that with the straight edge oval, and then I'm going to go ahead and choose to do a scalloped in the Bermuda Bay just to add a little color to that silver. One tip that I want to share with you is for this project I used the dark Bermuda Bay blend, the light and dark mint macaron, the dark pumpkin pie, and a little bit of pool party. Now, with the pool party, I just want to show you, you can actually do some shading here. So I took it, and of course I shaded the ground here a little bit. Just a little bit there. And then I just came around the outside of his body here just to add a little bit of shading. So it just kind of looks like this, that it's just a reflection off of there. And that's all I did. So I'm not going to bore you with all the coloring that I've done because it's simple. You can use blends, you can use your markers, you can use colored pencil, whatever works best for you. So I went ahead and I colored him in and I punched everything. But I thought, let's add a little color around him. So I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay. And I'm just going to take my little sponger and I'm just going to sponge the edges of the oval. Just adds a little something to it. Okay, I like the way that looks. Let me do a little more on this side. I don't want too much, but I just wanted a little something. Then I'm going to bring in my scrap piece of paper again. Grab another one here. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment from the Itty Bitty Christmas. And I'm just saying, celebrate the season. So I'm going to try and get that to the bottom of the paper there. Beautiful. Then I'm going to go ahead and trim that down to 1/2 inch, and I'm going to show you why. I'm going to bring in the triple banner punch. So I'm going to line this up on my cutting board at 1/2 inch. Cut. Take a little bit off the sides here. And I just kind of eyeballing it. You can make it any size you want, and you don't have to do this part. You can create anything that you want, but wanted to show you the new banner pick-a-punch set. So you have different sizes, 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch that you can do on either side. So you can have either end, but I'm going to do the flagged end here. So all you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and slide that straight in the grooves and give it a punch. Then you're going to turn around and give it a punch, and then you've got the perfect banner. I'm going to go ahead and take my snowman. Am I crooked here? Yes. Okay, go ahead and take this, just add a little bit of Stampin' Seal and layer him to my scalloped oval. And then same thing with the tag. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right there in the center and just position him wherever I think he looks best. Cute little guy, huh? Now I'm going to go ahead and take my dimensionals and I'm going to pop him up on the back. Bring in my candy wrap and just push him right down on the front wherever I want him, which is right there. Super cute, super easy, but we're going to add some of these new adhesive back sequins. They are actually little snowflakes, and you get a nice pack. They're iridescent, so you can see the different, I don't know if you can on the, but you can see all the different colors, and they actually change, or they seem to look like they change when you add them to your project. So I'm just going to pick, and I'm just going to add one cutie pie up here. Put him over just a little bit, add him right there, and you can add as many or as little as you want. So that's what I have for you guys. If you found this video helpful and you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button and the like button so you can continue to see week 3. If you're placing an order, if you could use the October Hostess code, I would truly appreciate it, and I will send a small thank you in the mail to you. If your order is over 150, please do not use the Hostess code, but I will still send a small thank you in the mail to you. Guys, go out there, have a great week. I'm off to get another cup of coffee. I'll catch you again this time next week. Bye-bye for now.